Hi everyone, this is June 2024 news for the Disneyland Resort for tourists to help better plan your upcoming trips. I'm Jim, this is Crystal, we're with Anaheim Park Tourists. We're going to first start off with park hours to the Disneyland Resort. Disneyland will be closing from June 2nd through the 5th at 11 p.m. Then on June 18th and 20th, Disneyland will actually close a lot earlier than normal, and they will close at 8 p.m. and that's for Pride nights. And then the remainder of the month, Disneyland will be open till midnight. California Adventure will be closing at 9 p.m. for the upcoming grad nights, and those dates are May 22nd, 23rd, 28th, 31st, June 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, and 14th. The remainder of the month, California Adventure will be closing at 10 p.m.
Up next are ride closures. At Disneyland, the Haunted Mansion, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh are closed indefinitely, meaning there is no opening date as of yet. At California Adventure, the only thing that is closed is the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. It's been closed for months and it is finally opening on June 21st. We did notice on the calendar starting on June 9th that Pooh's Corner and the Briar Patch are no longer listed as closed. We're not exactly sure what that means. We're not sure if it's opening and that entire area is going to be opening again. I would take it with a grain of salt. Disneyland is really bad about updating their calendar. Now on to Disneyland Resort news. Something really exciting is happening May 24th, and that is Fantasmic is finally coming back. I'm so excited to see this show. They're actually bringing back the Peter Pan and Captain Hook segment, which is my absolute favorite part. And they have recently opened up dining packages for Fantasmic, and that's where you eat at certain restaurants and you get a certain viewing area that is all roped off just for those restaurants. And so there are 3 different restaurants. The pricing starts at $35 up to $89 a person, and the restaurants are Blue Bayou, Riverbell Terrace, and Rancho del Zocalo. And we'll leave a link in the description where you can go and check out what food is offered, what the different packages are, and how you can make reservations.
If you're looking to purchase discounted tickets at Disneyland, hold off on purchasing your tickets until May 29th. That's because Disney will be offering discounted tickets throughout the summer, and that's for travel dates between June 10th and September 26th. Normally, Disney does not offer very steep discounts, and those are normally more reserved for Southern California residents, but it's open to all. Not only are these tickets discounted, you can also add upgrades to them, such as Park Hoppers and Genie Plus.
Up next is the weather, and you see this asked so many times, what is the weather like in June? And a lot of people think it's sunny and hot all the time in June, and actually a lot of times in June it can have June gloom, which is a marine layer that comes in, and it's kind of like fog, and it comes in, it can be really chilly and really windy, and it's because Anaheim is so close to the coast. And so we were there last June, and we were able to wear shorts every day, but we for sure brought a hoodie with us because the mornings and the evenings got a little cold, and I do remember being cold a couple of times, having goosebumps, but the weather can vary, so we highly recommend bringing layers. You just never know what you're going to get in June.
A couple of months ago, we reported that the 2 monorail slides at the Disneyland Hotel will be opening on April 30th. Well, one of them did and the other didn't. That's the Disneyland Monorail Orange slide, which is the tallest of the 2 slides, and that is expected to open sometime this summer. Oogie Boogie Bash dates were announced, and those dates we'll have in the description, and it's from August until October. At the time of filming, Disney has not announced sale dates for the Oogie Boogie Bash tickets yet, but last year tickets went on sale for Magic Key holders on June 27th, and they were supposed to go on sale 2 days later on June 29th, but due to technical difficulties, it happened at a much later date. So keep your eyes open and pay attention to the news if you plan on going to Oogie Boogie Bash. Tickets last year ranged in price from $134 a night per person to $189 a night per person. The closer you get to Halloween, the more expensive it gets. And just a side note, if you are planning a trip to Disneyland in October, October tends to be one of the busiest months of the year. We have seen recent postings that the security process for entering the Disneyland Resort has changed. We haven't been to the park recently, so we can't tell you the specifics what exactly has changed, but we know it's taking quite a bit longer to get through security. When coming to the park, just plan a little extra time to get through security and bring your patients. And as always, be kind to the cast members there. If you want to avoid the lines at security, we suggest getting to the park as early as possible. When we rope drop, it's generally pretty easy to get through security. It's just a couple minutes and breeze right on through. The lines getting into the actual park are quite a bit longer.
We mentioned earlier grad nights, and we've been seeing a lot of complaints about grad night crowds as well. And we were really worried about this last year when we went in June, but actually it wasn't as terrible as we thought. The afternoons did get a little bit more crowded, but the closer to 9 o'clock, which is the party time at California Adventure, we noticed way less crowds in Disneyland Park, and it was actually really enjoyable. We were able to walk on a number of attractions. One was Big Thunder Mountain, and one was, surprisingly, Rise of the Resistance. Walked completely through the whole queue, never been able to do that before. So it really cleared out after 9 o'clock, and so if you're able to stay later and take advantage of that, definitely do that.
As always, we like to remind you of conventions coming to the area that are going to affect hotel rates and potentially affect the crowd size at the parks. First one is VidCon, and that's June 26th through the 29th. And the next big one is going to be D23, and that's August 9th through the 11th. Moving on to hotel discounts in the area, we're starting to see a lot more discounts from the area hotels. For example, the Disneyland Hotel and the Grand Californian are offering a 25% discount for a minimum of a 4-night stay on select nights, and a 20% discount with no minimum stay Sunday through Thursday. It's rare that Disney offers steep discounts like that to non-Magic Key holders. So if you are planning on taking advantage of those discounts start May 29th.
The Tropicana and Camelot are offering 20% off stays from May through August if you use code SPR24. And we were actually really able to get a killer rate for the end of July when we're going back to the parks, and we're very excited about that. These hotels don't offer sales very often.
Once again, Kings Inn is offering a discount if you use the promo code HAPPY during checkout.
Another thing we wanted to bring up is if you've booked in advance, if you booked a couple months ago, we highly suggest checking your rate again and seeing if it's lower at this point. And if it is, call the hotel and see if they'd be willing to give you the lower rate. And also, the Grand Legacy at the park always has killer sales. They email all the time, so if that's somewhere you're interested in staying in, sign up for their email blasts, and they're always emailing flash sales.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town.